Welcome back, fans and friends, for this upcoming video. I have the retro collection, not really retro collection, but it is a very retro vehicle from the Greenlight, Hot Pursuit Series 43. And this is the Ohio State Highway Patrol's version of the 1963 Chevrolet Biscayne. So it does awfully look like an Impala. I'm not sure as to the differences. I just got it because it is a vehicle I otherwise don't have at all. So we'll be taking a look at the police version of this car. So far it looks alright. The only thing I appears to be missing is the rearview mirrors, but it does have an opening hood, so we'll get to that soon enough. The grille has very nicely done. So far just the gap from the top to the bottom, but at least it lets us see that the hood will eventually open. Obviously I brought it up, it's their Series 43. They have quite a few. I think it's one of their most numerically common series. The other ones obviously are GL Muscle and Running on Empty. I think they're up to 16 on Running on Empty. It's not quite as many. Vintage, not as many. And there's another series here, Greenlight Hollywood, I'll be bringing up in a video very soon. This is actually probably one of their more common series. Not popular, but common. And the 14 plus 164 scale. We have the 236th day of last year in China. They're licensing 2022. We have all the other vehicles in the series. This is a re-release. I've done it before, wasn't gonna get it, and this actually I do have an earlier version of it, and I think that one's good enough. Obviously I have quite a few Jeep Cherokees, quite a few of these. This one is coming up. It is the box version of the car. Extremely similar to the Ford LTD, but obviously it's not a Ford, it's a Chevrolet. And then another Chevrolet, which is this one. And you have here a weird sort of a checklist, the speeding lights, going quite quick there. And obviously the theme of the car chase, a hot pursuit as it were. So, gonna try to get this thing out of its packaging as quickly as possible. I'm fortunate here in Canada, the price of these things at Walmart and Toys R Us has not gone up. So they're getting new stuff now. And so we see it does come with the standard Greenlight insert, which keeps it from being completely destroyed, as well as the overall plastic shape of the car. Sorry, shape of the packaging. What else do we have here? Hot Pursuit, and obviously the 1963 Chevrolet Biscayne. So I will be saving the hood for last. We see sort of a weird fading on the paint. But otherwise you have the silver rim on the windshield. You can clearly see into the cabin. Silver windshield wipers. They centrally mounted that retro police light type. Obviously there's no driver passenger side roll down windows, but there are windows for the rear and the side on the back. And we have Biscayne. I cannot read what is after Biscayne, but it's probably the trim level of the car. And you see the Ohio Highway Patrol, obviously the flying wheel, and Ohio again underneath there. Wheels, more or less well done. There's nothing fancy about them, no white wall tires, so they can't screw that up. Front of the car is nice and even grille. I don't see any chips, scratches. There's a little bit of a scratch there. It's very minor in terms of the overall thing. It's barely noticeable. Bumper plain. They could have done something with the license plate. I bring that up consistently and constantly, just like the rearview mirrors. And this is the 694 car. We have Chevrolet clearly written across the front of the top of the hood. I'll just let that motorcycle air out its grievances. What we have in the front here, I do not know. It just looks like the Chevrolet symbol. And then either side is red lights, probably reflectors. And left side is same as the right side, except for the gas cap is on this side, which in a car for everybody driving on the left side, I would think as standard. But here we go. We can actually see a cut into the glove box. Sorry, where the glove box should be. That's really nice in terms of detail. Steering wheel, the bench seats, that classic look and feel to it. And once again, Biscayne written on the rear left of the vehicle as it was on the rear right. And we move to the back, we have the 694 car again, nothing on the license plate, chrome bumper, and the reflectors and the Chevrolet symbol, as well as Chevrolet written in the middle. And it is legible, I can even read it, and not just from memory. It is actually pretty much well done. Would have made this car extremely even better, more well done, is if the trunk opened. And sorry about that again. And so I believe we're just going to cover the underside. Once again, the Greenlight, the bare, not bare minimum, this is way better than Hot Wheels and even their premiums. We see it's a relatively new casting, not completely new, but it is GL209. If people are looking for the reference number, we see a few scratches there, 23622. And white on silver, I believe it's 3460 is the limited edition number of this car. Overall, like I said, we see a little bit of a wheel problem on the front there. That little extra there, hopefully it rolls well. And once again, if you have to change the wheels on this, I've shown it in a previous video, it would be rather difficult because of the overhead here. It's the same as the Ford Thunderbirds, actually. Very similar. It rolls very well, so I can't complain about that. Look at that thing go. It does have a slight wobble to it, but I will happily take that wobble for the ability to roll. It's very minor, barely noticeable. So there we have it, 1963 Chevrolet Biscayne from Greenlight's Hot Pursuit Series 43. Just going to quickly attempt to pop the hood without completely destroying the car. It is quite stiff, but it does open easily. I did not bend or break anything. And there we have a shot of the engine. Silver on orange on black, so it's really easy to see the main parts of it. Not all the parts of it, but like I said, this is highly reminiscent of the Chevrolet Impala I did earlier. Perhaps they're related, I'm not going to get into it, but it does look reasonably well done. So if you're into that, hopefully, if I do see a non-Hot Pursuit version of the car, I might get it, like a Vintage Ads or GL Muscle. I don't know if this qualifies as a muscle car, but definitely if I do see a plain version. This version actually isn't too far from plain. The only thing that separates it, obviously, you can see there the hole where they drilled the light, and then the highway patrol there, and the number 694 on the car. So there we have it. Once again, Chevrolet Biscayne from Hot Pursuit Series 43. This is Greenlight, a version of the car. This is Thomas from Toronto, and thanks for watching.